Hello everyone and welcome back to Naked Racer Motor Co. I'm Johnny G and here we are again. Today we're going to talk about my own personal 1975 Honda Goldwing GL1000. And as you can see, it is bone stock original, 20,000 original miles on the clock. Just a beautiful example of exactly what these bikes were back then. And they were very, very special. They're special to me. I think the flat 4 engine, it's just a beautiful design, very smooth, great power, right through the rev range. You can see here we've got the fuel pump, runs off the camshaft, 4 CV carbs, and just a great layout, you know, and early on, you know, when Honda brought these out in 75, they said this was a sports bike and the press absolutely pissed themselves laughing. But they all unanimously agreed that this was a great touring bike and a very, very sharp bike to ride. So the flat 4 engine, 78 horsepower, 5-speed transmission, triple disc brakes, telescopic forks, twin shock rear end, and everything worked really, really well. It was a traditional formula for a Japanese motorcycle, except the engine was a flat 4 and not a transverse 4. You know, they continued like this. 75 and 76 were very similar. Then all the way through to 1980, you basically had this bike. In, I think, 78, they went to 1,100 cc's. They upped the cc. It only gave them 3 more horsepower, which is kind of pathetic, really, for an extra 100 cc's. It was pretty much worthless, you know. By 1981, they had, so between 75 and 80, Craig Vetter made all the luggage because, you know, everybody realised what a great touring bike they were. So they had these massive big fiberglass fairings. They had great big panniers and top boxes you could buy from Vetter. And in 1981, Honda had enough and said, it's time we did that, and we're missing out on a lot of business. So they started putting it on themselves. The problem was, of course, they added about 50 kilograms to the weight of the motorcycle without upgrading anything. And, you know, with only 3 more horsepower than this bike, they became a bit of a slug. And they just kept adding weight and adding weight. And eventually, obviously, they went to a flat 6 engine, and the bikes grew and grew and grew and grew until, of course, today, where, you know, they're a great big flat 6 engine, thing weighs a truck. It's like a block of flats to ride. And there's still people that love them because they are smooth and they're a great tourer. They've got a lot of luggage space. They're very creature comfort. You know, the seat for the passenger is a wraparound design. Speakers, heated seats, heated grip, everything you could think of. I think they even come in an ashtray. So, you know, if you're looking at a Honda Civic and you only want 2 wheels, you buy a Goldwing. So while these bikes were popular all around the world, the Americans loved them to death. And the majority of these were sold in America. But I'll just go through a few of the beautiful little features. You know, they've got the typical double gauge with the nacelle in between with all your idiot lights, traditional headlight. But what's really cool on these bikes is you go, where do you put the fuel? There's no fuel cap. So you open up the tank and inside you'll see a fuel cap. But what's even cooler is you'll find a tray with the tools, your map, which you've got to have a map so you know where to go, and your owner's handbook. So it's just a beautiful way to do it. It sits on top of the air cleaner. Now, the other interesting thing about these Hondas is behind these forks tank panels, you undo a little thumb screw and this swings open. And this is your radiator overflow bottle, your radiator cap, and they also have a Kickstarter that comes with the bike, a bit of a thing to get out. And this is your Kickstarter. So if your battery goes flat, you engage your Kickstarter, and it's actually on the other side. There's a little black plug. You slip this in and you can kickstart your motorcycle and keep going. Great feature. I mean, up here for thinking. And on the left-hand side, here we have all the electrics. So you can see, you know, everything, your fuse box, all your wiring, your solenoids, and it's just so tidily done. So if you ever need to get to anything, it's only one thumb screw away. Pretty clever. All right, guys, well, I guess the next thing to do is to get it out on the road, and we'll see how it goes. But just remember, we've got 300 bikes like this here at Naked Racer Motor Co. And you should make it your business to come down and have a look. Maybe there's something there for you. Well, here we are on the 75 Goldwing, and have a look at this. That's just like stepping back in the 70s. Everything's where you expect it to be, and it all works just like you want it to. Look at this, Mum, no hands. All right, I'm out of here. All right, guys, well, thanks for watching. Remember to like, follow, share, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Adios.